I was gonna let live, cause I don't really care who the best is. The most I told me speak, so here I am. He told me give you this message, so I had to spin the block like Tetris. Now here's what you left with, a messenger bringing correction. They blaspheme the one who exists. That New Testament, it tests men. The words written in red over their head like exit. I don't know what left is, cause righteousness is my direction. They don't know who Christ is until they in crisis. I'm like, why are they like this? See, here's the problem with mankind. They not fully connected like landlines. When you on the stage, know the light is still higher. Open this man's eyes to see what I'm saying like fan signs. The devil try to hit us with a snare like he plays sides, you know? Cause snare, they play sides. Words getting lost in the crowd like stage dives. Somehow I'm always with the chef like I make pies. These industry fake liars. Jezebel fake trying. Got David in our blood, we slay giants. I'm fighting with the stone like I make tires. How dare you speak against what is written, you fake guys. Now catch this contact like fake eyes. Your intelligence is artificial like AI. So here is your answer like AI. Repent.
One of our goals is to make the transaction as easy as possible.
I don't forgive them cause they don't know what they do, My people blinded cause they can't see what's the truth, Living in Babylon and don't know what to do, You better come out of her before you catch them news, bruh. I don't forgive them cause they don't know what they do, My people blinded and they can't see what's the truth, Living in Babylon and don't know what to do, You better come out of her before you catch them news, bro. If I'm shooting my shot, I'm not missing. And if I'm telling the truth, then I dissing. And if you close your mouth, you might listen. Stand 10 toes down, stop shifting. Cause with the word of God, you get lifted. And through the word of God, you get sifted. Cause a lot of righteousness is but a filthy rag, and we got the nerves to be tripping. Because God is the world, it doesn't trick you. Told you everything all good. Got you walking around kissing cobblestones and holding on to a cursed wood. Cause you're living your life by the precepts of men. Here is something I can't understand. How you can just follow the wolf man that's part of an organization if you're sin. The earth is in the hands of the wicked. The only thing to worry about is getting them digits. And you can get caught up if you get with it. So ain't no love for money, I ain't with it. The only thing to worry about is getting to the kingdom. If the war pop off, I ain't getting in between them. I'm fighting for my God and I'm fighting for my nation. So I ride like a Apache and I'm wild like a Haitian. Got the Judah in my blood so you know that I'm a king. Chains around my neck and the gold on my teeth. I ain't never laying down, I rest when I sleep. Don't you realize we in the belly of the beast. Christ like and I'm so divine. That turner was on my mind. Probably told him 1,000 times. Hard head nigga soft behind. Boy, you better not cross the line. When he did, he lost his mind. I'm a sword of the spirit. Say it loud enough so the whole world hear it. We the Israelites and they gon' take it serious. If we keep his commandments, we'll be delivered. Yeah. I'm a sword of the spirit. Say it loud enough so the whole world hear it. We the Israelites and they gon' take it serious. If we keep his commandments, we'll be delivered. Yeah. I don't forgive them cause they don't know what they do, My people blinded cause they can't see what's the truth, Living in Babylon and don't know what to do, You better come out of her before you catch them news, bruh. I don't forgive them cause they don't know what they do, My people blinded and they can't see what's the truth, Living in Babylon and don't know what to do, You better come out of her before you catch them news, bruh.
Before the world end, let me usher in on my confessions. All this attention from these sisters got me skipping lessons. Now I don't study like I used to. Lovers and friends, the reason I'm not burning like I used to. Pardon my sins, Father, help me. I'm just a man fighting flesh, so what can they tell me? I'm barely sleeping, barely eating, but them demons healthy. I hope I'm reaching to do well instead of being wealthy. Good intentions, but did they fail me? My whole life I wanted to be a good husband and dad and give my children a lifestyle that I never had. How you deprive someone so pure, something simple as that? But provided never comes with more time and attached. And any day could be my last, what's your promise for that? Lately been questioning the Lord, haven't answered me back. Give me Gethsemane energy, like if I die today, will you remember me? No hesitations. I'll remember all my sins and failed expectations and deliver me a judgment similar to Satan's. God forbid there's no mercy that's greater than his and not a limit on his grace that he decides to give. Sometimes I wish that I could just call up Kanayan. Put away my pride, I never should have picked a side. I did the same for Judah Mack, I apologize. I chose to go to war with men I used to idolize. Cause they could do no wrong in my young soldier eyes. But I could never cover sin when I know the prize. Fast forward to this day, man, we don't speak at all. Should I be a bigger man and give Uzziah a call? Or leave it how it is, I'm in a better space. I just bought another crib, I'm in a better place. I'm running anchor for the Lord, it's not a better race. I'm still eating, but success, it has a bitter taste. Rather that than sweet failure, I'ma keep it tall. Now that I think the body probably shouldn't speak at all. You can never fix the past, just leave it where it's at. On top of that, I text him twice, he never texts me back. On to the next chapter, gotta keep reading. I learned how to forgive while not trying to get even. Can't keep people around you when it's out of their season, then blame them when they hurt you with God you believe in. It's been a couple months since I spoke with my father. Just spoke to McCain, he about to have a daughter. My brother Buddy about to have a daughter too. We made it out of that garden, look how our harvest grew. All praises to Yahweh for blessing all our roots. Pray he keep offensive angels surrounding all our youths. That's really all we got, that's outside of this truth. When life flashed before your eyes, acknowledge the proofs.
Sunsets in the middle of June, sunsets and I'm only miles short.
Zion. Hey yo, Ren, turn that up. Only a few of us gonna make it out. Zion, only you remnant, 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 only you remnant. When is my people gonna learn? If you don't come back, you gon' burn. We take up the scriptures confirm. It's time for my people return. Only you remnant, 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 only you remnant. When is my people gon' learn? If you don't come back, you gon' burn. We take up the scriptures confirm. It's time for my people return. Only a remnant. We at the end and we feeling it. We the sand of the sea, but a remnant. Should return to the word when they hearing it. We the sons of Israel. Our word will never fail. Baptizing in Jacob's well. Holy Spirit ain't playing for real. Will you get protected? He's sending them plagues. I'm trying to make sure that he's sitting raid. All in my life, all in my head, all in my walk, all in my legs. You don't got that blood, you walking dead. Walk as he walk, we should live what it say. Only a remnant gonna be spared. Only a remnant gonna be spared. Abba gon' get us out of these countries. Abba said, let me see who really want me. Forsaking our houses, forsaking our money. We got that signal from heaven, he coming. Drinking his cup, nobody running. Flesh getting weak, but the spirit is gunning. We see the prophecy, we know he coming. We see the see prophecy, we know he coming, but it's only you remnant, 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 only you remnant. When is my people gonna learn? If you don't come back, you gon' burn. We take the scriptures confirm. It's time for my people to return. Only you remnant, 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 only you remnant. When is my people gonna learn? If you don't come back, you gon' burn. We take the scriptures confirm. It's time for my people to return. Whoa, 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 whoa. That's how my heart hurts for you. And the son, he died for you. Yes, it's true, yes, it's true. You didn't have no clue. That's because nobody told you. They couldn't afford to. Cause you monkey like you Goku. It ain't like nobody owed you. We broke the law and they sold you. We did this all to ourselves, Jacob. Now it's the time that you know the truth. You don't know you so special. You don't even see what's next, though. So we cry, cry, cry. Only remnants gonna make it out of here alive. Please repent, my people, cause we at the end of time. Only you remnant, 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 only you remnant. When is my people gonna learn? If you don't come back, you gon' burn. We Jacob, the scriptures confirm. It's time for my people to return. Only you remnant, 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 only you remnant. When is my people gonna learn? If you don't come back, you gon' burn. We Jacob, the scriptures confirm. It's time for my people to return. It's time for my people to return.
They want to oppress us, and they want us to allow ourselves to be oppressed.
This is I agree with you perfectly. This is the basic problem.
Then what do you
that white people think they're better than others?
I can't solve the problem. You guys pull the strings that close schools. You guys draw the boundaries that keep our kids restricted to the ghetto. You guys write up the restrictive covenants that keep us out of houses. So it's up to you to talk to your brothers and your sisters and persuade them that they have a responsibility. We've assumed ours for over 400 years, and we're tired of this kind of stuff now. We're not going to suffer patiently anymore. No more turning the other cheek. No more blessing our enemies. No more praying for those who despitefully use us. We're going to show you that we've learned the lessons you've taught us. We've studied your history, and you did not take over this country by singing, "We shall overcome." You did not gain control of the world like you have it now by dealing fairly with man and keeping your word. You're treaty breakers, you're liars, you're thieves, you rape entire continents and races of people. Then you wonder why these very people don't have any confidence or trust in you. Your religion means nothing. Your law is a farce, and we see it every day. You demonstrated it in Alabama, and I can say you, because you're part of the whole system, you profit from it. In fact, you make your living from it. You couldn't walk around and talk to people, stand up in your pulpit on Sunday and preach nice little songs and say, now we're going to give thanks to the Lord for he is good and old Jesus be among us. As far as we're concerned, your Jesus is contaminated, just like everything else you tried to force upon us is contaminated. So you can have him. And here's what I'll say, I wish you would follow Jesus like we followed him. Because if you did that, then we'd be in charge tomorrow.
I was made in the image of Yahweh. My spirit Marvin Gaye, heart pump with black power. Way before the days when he tore down the towers. I ain't talking 9/11, Nimrod had the power. That was Shinar. Before that we had the showers. Before Adam got deceived, he said the world was ours. Lost it in a second, cause we bite and we devour. Was given all of the earth and we don't even say the water. Gave us Messiah, we don't even say our Father. Who art thou in heaven, so our burdens getting harder. Word to the turbans on our elders with the Taurus, no capping, that's a rap. Yahweh shied, he died for us. Mamas cried for us, daddies did their best if they survived the whole time. We Edomites, they lied to us. Synagogue of Shaitan want my body and my mind. My soul for Yahweh, my purpose is aligned. This little light of mine running dim, but it shines. The majors of Shaitan pulling at me, but I climb. You're looking at divine, most merciful and beneficent. The sun, moon, and stars, the creator of the firmament. That's why I stay marching to Zion, it's like a tournament. The rounds getting harder, but I still walk the waters. Euphrates and the Nile, the Mississippi River come to me. I will walk across the currents with a smile. That's faith over trials. I still hear Mary and my grandmother telling me I was special as a child, but I was in denial. The killers and the crack addicts made it hard to smile. She know I will repent but keep my drug dealer style. Several gold chains, you can see them from a mile. I'm wild effervescent. I'm proof you can grow through your trials and your lessons, your curses and your blessings if you seek his acceptance.
I need the I need thee. I need thee.
Ya Baraka, Ya Baraka, Yahweh, Yahweh, Waya Shamaka, Waya Shamaka, Yahweh, 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 Hanyawa al Yak, Hanyawa al Yak, Waya Khanka, Waya Khanka, Yahweh, Yahweh, Yasha'ah, Yahweh, Yasha'ah, Yahweh, Wanyawa al Yak, Wanyawa al Yak, Wayasham, Wayasham, Laka Shalom, Laka Shalom, Yahweh Bahasham, Yahweh Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Yahweh Shai, Barak Rapah, Barak Rapah, Yahweh, Yahweh, Yahweh Bahasham, Yahweh Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Yahweh Shai, Barak Rapah, Barak Rapah, Yasha Allah, Yasha Allah.
Shalom, shalom. First, giving all honor and glory and praise to Yahweh Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Yahweh, who the world really knows as God. He exists in the Paleo Hebrew, and Bahashem is in the name of, and Yahweh Shai is the world really knows as Jesus, the Messiah, right? And all praise to the Most High for another great Shabbat. So I want to start off this week's Shabbat by pulling the precept. Brother Tazawam will pull Matthews 19 and 16. And this is the whole reason why we actually go through the commandments, because at the end of the day, right, this precept is going to actually, pull it off, because we don't do it for pats on the back. We're not doing it for fun, right? We're doing it for one reason, hopefully through the Spirit. But go ahead, King.
This is the book of Matthew, chapter 19 and verse 16. And it reads, And behold, one came and said unto him, Good master, what good thing shall I do that I may have eternal life?
Right, so one of the Pharisees or the Sadducees that came to Yahushua, really knows as Jesus, right, and asked him like, "Hey, good master, what good thing must I do to get eternal life?" Right, keep going, King.
And he said unto him, Why callest thou me good? There is none good but one, that is God. But if thou wilt enter into life, keep the commandments.
Right, so for all those Christian churches out there, that said you don't have to keep the commandments, if you look in your Bible, it's written in red, and everybody knows if anything's written in red, that's Jesus, the Christ who's speaking, which we know is Yahushua, but that's Jesus speaking. And Jesus said, if you want eternal life, you have to keep the commandments, right? So this is why we actually go into this and doing the commandments. Because honestly, if you don't keep the commandments, you're gonna get dust into outer darkness. But go ahead, Brother Ashaya.
I want to bring out a couple verses. That's beautiful that you brought that out too, brother. You know what I mean? That's a big deal. Christ Himself said, "If you want to enter the kingdom of heaven," and He quoted that you had to keep the commandments. And I want to bring out our classic Ecclesiastes 12 and 13.
I got it, Brother Tazawan.
All right, come.
And Tazawan, you can hit Revelations 14 and 12 for me, King.
Come.
Okay.
It's the book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 12 and verse 13. Let us hear the conclusion of the whole matter.
That's the whole matter. This is the conclusion of the whole matter. Is the one, King.
Fear God.
Because they talk about fearing God, right? They say you're supposed to fear God, right? Well, how do you fear God? Go ahead, King.
And keep His commandments.
And there you go. And keep His commandments for what, King?
For this is the whole duty of man.
The whole duty of man. Yahushua said, or Christ said, what, King? In Matthew, what you just read, He said, the God asked him what?
If thou wilt enter into life, keep the commandments.
He told him to keep the commandments. Why? Because Christ is telling him, well, the whole duty of man is to what? Keep the commandments, right? And this is why it's so important, right? And could you bring that up in Tazawa? Because they said, well, Ecclesiastes, they use this, but then they say it's the Old Testament. But we're going to read this in the last book of the Bible, right? Go ahead, King.
This is the book of Revelation, chapter 14 and verse 12. And it reads, here is the patience of the saints. Here are they that keep the commandments of God and the faith.
Of who? Hold up, King. The commandments of who?
Here are they that keep the commandments of God.
The commandments
and the faith
of God
and the faith of Jesus.
Right. So you got to have faith with works. Faith with works, right? All praises to the Most High. Go ahead, King.
Hey, all praises, man. Hey, and those 2 points are great points, right? So, and I know we're about to get in these commandments. I got one more. Hey, give me the book of Matthew's chapter 14 and verse 15, right? Because everybody say they love God, right? I'm sorry, 15 and 14. Because everybody say that they love God. Oh, John, Salaki, John 14 and 15.
God.
Because
this is the book of John.
Go ahead,
chapter 14, verse 15, and it reads in red letters, if ye love me, keep my commandments.
And it's simple. Christ said, if you love me, if you have the love of me, keep the commandments. Right? All praises, man. All praises to the rock, man. Congregation of the mighty, all praise to Yahweh Shem Yahushai, all praises to Brother Gad, man. Right? So, hey, he said, if you love me, keep the commandments, man. So, with that being said, we want to give all honor, glory, and praise to Yahweh Shem Yahushai. And let's get in this thing. We're on Commandment 569, that a man having a running issue defiles. Leviticus chapter 15, verse 1 through 15. Leviticus 15, 1 through 5, verse 1 through 15.
God. This is the book of Leviticus, chapter 15, and verse 1. And it reads, and the Lord spake unto Moses and to Aaron, saying, speak unto the children of Israel, and say unto them, when any man have a running issue out of his flesh, because of his issue he is unclean. And this shall be his uncleanness in his issue, whether his flesh run with his issue, or his flesh be stopped from his issue, it is his uncleanness. Every bed whereon he lieth that has the issue is unclean, and everything whereon he sitteth shall be unclean. And whosoever touches his bed shall wash his clothes and bathe himself in water and be unclean until the evening. And he that sitteth on anything whereon he sat that has the issue shall wash his clothes and bathe himself in water, and be unclean until the evening. You said read all the way to where?
To verse 15.
Con. Verse 7. And he that touches the flesh of him that has the issue shall wash his clothes and bathe himself in water and be unclean until the evening. And if he that has the issue spit upon him that is clean, then he shall wash his clothes and bathe himself in water and be unclean until the evening. And what saddle soever he rideth upon that has the issue shall be unclean. And whosoever toucheth anything that was under him shall be unclean until the evening. And he that beareth any of those things shall wash his clothes and bathe himself in water and be unclean until the evening. And whomsoever he touches that has the issue and has not rinsed his rinse his hands in water, he shall wash his clothes and bathe himself in water and be unclean until the evening. And the vessel of the earth that he touches which has the issue shall be broken, and every vessel of wood shall be rinsed in water. And when he that has an issue is cleansed of his issue, then he shall number to himself 7 days for his cleansing, and wash his clothes, and bathe his flesh in running water, and shall be clean. And on the 8th day he shall take to him 2 turtle doves or 2 young pigeons, and come before the Lord unto the door of the tabernacle of the congregation, and give them unto the priest. And the priest shall offer them, the one for a sin offering, and the other for a burnt offering. And the priest shall make an atonement for him before the Lord for his issue.
For his issue, right? So I pulled up the blue letter, right, for that issue, right? So I'll go ahead and show everybody this, right? So for the running issue, right, pulled up the blue letter so you can find out what it means in the Hebrew and in the Greek. Zuv, right? To flow, gush, issue, discharge, to flow, gush, to die, pine away,
Hey,
to
Slocky
flow.
King, the screen didn't pop up on our side.
Okay, I'm sorry, Shalaki.
Yeah, you right, King.
All right, do you see it now?
Yeah, Khan King.
Khan. All right, let me go back.
God, you said this is
Strong's H 2100. Zuv. Zuv.
Zuv, right? It says to flow, gush, issue, discharge, to flow, gush, to pine, to die, pine away, to flow of issue from woman, have an issue, flux, flowing, right? It says zub, to flow freely as water, specifically to have a sexual flux, figuratively to waste away, also to overflow, flow, gush out, have a running issue, pine away, run, right? So now let's go all the way down, right? To flow, properly use of water, Psalms, Isaiah, is often used of a female catamina, of seminal emission or gonorrhea of males, right? So it goes into actual a male having sexual transmitted disease, but also if a man actually, you know, has, for a better term, reproduction, I guess would be a good way of putting it, right? So now let's go back, and that's running issue, and then out of the flesh, right?
Strong's H 1320. Basar. Basar.
Barsar is flesh of the body of humans, of animals, the body itself, male organ of generation, kindred blood relations, flesh as a frail or erring, man against God, all living things, animals, mankind. So it's of the male organ of generation, or sexual, the sexual portion of a man, right? So it goes from that. So just to let everybody know that when you go into that, it's actually going into actually a male reproductive organ, anything that actually comes from out of that, right? Khan, right? So all praises, man. Right. So anybody else got anything to add to that before we move on to the next commandment?
No, you good.
Khan. So the next commandment is 570, 571. The seed of compilation defiles, and that purification from all kinds of defilement shall be effected by ceremonial washing. Leviticus 15 and 16.
This is the book of Leviticus, chapter 15, verse 16, and it reads, "And if any man's seed of compilation go out from him, then he shall wash all his flesh in water and be unclean until the evening."
And that's what we was just actually going into, right? Is at the end of the day, right? If your seed comes out, then you're basically unclean, right? So all praises, man. Anybody got anything to add to that?
So basically, it's not dealing with blood; it's the semen. You know. Oh, sorry. You know,
Yeah.
I know we on a live and everything, but if we just flat out, blunt out, say it for what it is, you know we have somewhat of a misunderstanding within Israel right now with that topic, and we just trying to hear to clarify through the spirit of Yahweh Bashem Yahushua. So I yield on that.
Calm, right? So it's actually either you have a disease, you know what I'm saying, some type of sexual transmitted disease, which makes you unclean, and then like the brother said, or also, if you are doing other things, or possibly if sleeping or whatever it may be, and it happens. So whenever that seed of compilation comes out of a man, he's unclean, or if he has a discharge of some type, then you're unclean. So
I want to say shalom, Princess Davia and Brother Barak. All praises to the Most High, King. Keep on doing that work, King. Forever, King. All praises to the Most High. Happy to hear that, King.
all praise to the Most High, right? Right. So all praises, man. So going to the next commandment, 572, that a menstruating woman is unclean and defiles others. That a woman having a running issue defiles, right? And that's Leviticus chapter 15 and verse 19, and then Leviticus 25, chapter 15, verse 25 through 27.
This is big.
Brother, Tazwan, let me know if you get tired, King.
Okay, time. Leviticus chapter 15, verse 19, and it reads, "And if a woman have an issue, and her issue in her flesh be blood, she shall be put apart. No, she shall put apart 7 days, and whosoever toucheth her shall be unclean until the evening."
Keep going, King.
Okay,
Down,
keep going.
sorry, yep, down to 24. I'm sorry.
Verse 20, "And everything that she lieth upon in her separation shall be unclean. Everything also that she sitteth upon shall be unclean. And whosoever toucheth her bed shall wash his clothes and bathe himself in water and be unclean until the evening. And whosoever toucheth anything that she sat upon shall wash his clothes and bathe himself in water and be unclean until the evening. And if it be on her bed, or on anything whereon she sitteth, when he toucheth it, he shall be unclean until the evening. And if any man lie with her at all, and her flowers be upon him, he shall be unclean 7 days, and all the bed whereon he lieth shall be unclean.
Right? And one thing I noticed too, after reading this multiple times, is I noticed that it doesn't add in like if let's just say if a woman touches a door and then you touch that same door. I noticed that that doesn't go into you're unclean. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
King, it's like if you sit on something that she sat on because you had blood on it, or anything like that, would be unclean. You know what I'm saying? You would sit on her blood, or
Con,
things like that.
but I noticed that because I know sometimes us
Yeah, I already know
trying to
what
be
what
super
it is.
super careful. Sometimes like,
Con,
oh, when that person touched the doorknob, I'm unclean. It's like it doesn't say that. It
con,
just says pretty much anything dealing with like the brother just said, wherever she's sitting, because it's a possibility that she could spill that flour somewhere, and so it goes into that. So, Commandment 5. Well, anybody else got anything to add to that?
no, you can go ahead, King.
573. Leviticus 15:25 through 27. That a woman having a running issue defiles.
On Leviticus chapter 15, verse 25.
Yep.
And if a woman have an issue of her blood many days out of the time of her separation,
The separation
or,
is 6 days, right? Go ahead.
or if it run beyond the time of her separation, all the days of the issue of her uncleanness shall be as the days of her separation.
So if she go over one day, right now that starts a whole nother week, right? So if let's just say she had her flower for 8 days. Now it
Mm-hmm.
be 2 whole weeks. It's not after it's done after that 7th day. No, it said
Right.
after the days of her separation. So if it was 2 days after, then it's still you have to complete that whole next week. So go ahead, King.
As the uncleanness of her separation, and whosoever touches those things shall be unclean, and shall wash his clothes, and bathe himself in water, and be unclean till the evening. But if she be cleansed of her issue, then she shall number to herself 7 days, and after that she shall be clean. And on the 8th day she shall take unto her 2 turtles and 2 young pigeons, and bring them unto the priest to the door of the tabernacle of the congregation. Keep going.
No, that's it.
Okay,
Right.
fine.
So that's just letting you know that hey, if she's only anything less than that 7 days, then on the 8th day, you know what I'm saying, she's fine. So after the 7th day over, she's fine to go about her business. But if it runs over to the 8th day, then she has to complete another 7 days in order to be clean. So anybody have anything else to add to that?
Uh-uh.
Right. So Commandment 574, to carry out the ordinances of the red heifer, so that its ashes will be available. To carry out the ordinance of the red heifer, so that its ashes will always be available. Numbers 19:9.
Book
Numbers
of
19.
Numbers. This is Book of Numbers, chapter 19, verse 9. And it reads, and a man that is clean shall gather up the ashes of the heifer and lay them up without the camp in a clean place. And it shall be kept for the congregation of the children of Israel for a water of separation. It is a purification for sin.
Right? It's a purification for sin. Right? So, hey, keep going.
Verse 10.
One more, yeah.
And he that gathereth the ashes of the heifer shall wash his clothes and be unclean until the evening, and it shall be unto the children of Israel and unto the stranger that sojourneth among them for a statute forever.
And that's why I don't understand when people say these commandments are done away with. How can it be done away with when he says forever? Like, but you got to know your Israel first.
God.
So commandment 575, that a corpse defiles. Numbers 19, verse 11 through 16.
This is the book of Numbers, chapter 19, verse 11. And it reads, He that toucheth the dead body of any man shall be unclean 7 days. He shall purify himself with it on the 3rd day, and on the 7th day he shall be clean. But if he purify not himself the 3rd day, then the 7th day he shall not be clean. Whosoever toucheth the dead body of any man that is dead, and purify it not himself, defileth the tabernacle of the Lord, and that soul shall be cut off from Israel, because the water of the separation was not sprinkled upon him. He shall be unclean. His uncleanness is yet upon him. This is the law. When a man dieth in a tent, all that come into the tent, and all that is in the tent shall be unclean 7 days. And every open vessel which has no covering bound upon it is unclean. And whosoever toucheth one that is slain with a sword in the open fields, or a dead body, or a bone of a man, or a grave, shall be unclean 7 days.
Oh no, that's it, King. Those through
Come.
6, right? Hey, Shalom to brother Mike Malice, man. Happy Shabbat. Yahweh Shem Shabbat Gatah. All praises. Right? Right? So yeah, man. So hey, a corpse defiles you, man. Right? So that was he was going into commandment 576, the waters of separation, who is clean, and cleanse the unclean from pollution by a dead body. And that's verse 19 through 22.
God. You said read 17?
You might as well just keep reading.
God.
22.
Time. This is the book of book of Numbers, chapter 19, verse 17, and it reads, And for an unclean person they shall take of the ashes of the burnt heifer of purification for sin, and running water shall be put thereto in a vessel. Verse 18, And a clean person shall take hyssop, and dip it in the water, and sprinkle it upon the tent,
Right,
and
and this is
upon
going into like if somebody die in your house, right? You take that hyssop and you actually go and you sprinkle it around the house to cleanse that house. But go ahead, King.
and upon all the vessels, and upon the persons that were there, and upon him that toucheth a bone, or one slain, or one dead, or a grave. And the clean person shall sprinkle upon the unclean on the 3rd day. And on the 7th day, and on the 7th day, he shall purify himself, and wash his clothes, and bathe himself in water, and shall be clean at evening. But the man that shall be unclean, and shall not purify himself, that soul shall be cut off from among the congregation, because he has defiled the sanctuary of the Lord. The water of separation has not been sprinkled upon him. He is unclean. And it shall be a perpetual statute unto them, that he that sprinkleth the water of separation shall wash his clothes. And he that toucheth the water of separation shall be unclean until the evening. And whatsoever the unclean person touches shall be unclean, and the soul that toucheth it shall be unclean until evening.
Khan shall be unclean until the evening, right? Khan. So all praises, man. So you gotta bear that thing, man, and cleanse yourself, right? And so that fulfills the portion of ritual purity and impurity. And we're going to the portion of lepers and leprosy, right? And this is commandment 577, not to drove off the hair of the scale. Leviticus 13 and 33. Leviticus 13 and 33.
Book of Leviticus, chapter 13 and verse 33.
Con.
And it reads, He shall be shaven, but the scale shall he not shave, and the priest shall shut up him that has the scale 7 days more. And
Mm.
in the 7th day the priest shall look on the scale, and behold, if the scale be not spread in the skin, nor be in sight deeper than the skin, then the priest shall pronounce him clean, and he shall wash his clothes and be clean. But if the scale spread much in the skin after his cleansing, then the priest shall look on him, and behold, if the scale be spread in the skin, the priest shall not seek for yellow hair. He is unclean.
Right, and that's it, King. Right, so I look up that skull, right, because I know that's not a normal word.
Strong's H 5424. Nethek. Nethek.
Nethek, right? It is the scab, skin, eruption, or scald of leprosy. So he's talking about if that scab, right?
Mm.
Right, the scab, right? So if you can't scratch off or rip off that scab,
Mm.
right? Because it'll spread the leprosy, right? So that's what that was,
Uh,
right? So that was that skull. So Commandment 578, that the procedure of cleansing leprosy, whether of a man or of a house, takes place with cedar wood, hyssop, scarlet thread, 2 birds, and running water. Leviticus chapter 14, verse 1 through 7. Leviticus chapter 14, verse 1 through 7.
this is the book of Leviticus, chapter 14, and verse 1. And it reads, And the Lord spake unto Moses, saying, This shall be the law of the leper in the day of his cleansing. He shall be brought unto the priest, and the priest shall go forth out of the camp, and the priest shall look, and behold, if the plague of leprosy be healed in the leper, then shall the priest command to take for him that is to be cleansed 2 birds alive and clean, and 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 caterwood,
Yep.
like I said, caterwood and scarlet and hyssop. And the priest shall command that one of the birds be killed in an earthen vessel
Yep.
over running water.
Right.
As for the living bird, he shall take it and the cater wood,
The cedar wood.
the cedar wood, slakia, the cedar wood, and the scarlet, and the hyssop, and shall dip them in the living bird in the blood of the bird that was killed over the running water.
Right.
And he shall sprinkle upon him that is to be cleansed from the leprosy 7 times, and shall pronounce him clean, and shall let the living bird loose into the open field.
And I know we did this before, right? But hey, this is again, man. Let's start look at that leprosy, man.
God,
Right? Like this. Serious, man. The most high give you that one, man. Hey, you must have did something real bad, man.
that's right.
Cause hey, most high, that's serious, man. So leprosy's not no joke, man. Right? People lose fingers. Look at the monkey with leprosy. So man, so it's a
Hey,
serious,
Hashai, you could take over, bro.
right? So that's a serious
Con,
offense,
I
man.
got you, King.
Right?
That's right.
So yeah, so Commandment 579, that the leper shall shave all his hair. Leviticus 14 and 9.
All right, Leviticus chapter 14 and verse 9. But it shall be on the 7th day that he shall shave all his hair off his head and his beard and his eyebrows, even as his hair, even all his hair he shall shave off, and he shall wash his clothes. Also he shall wash his flesh in water, and he shall be clean.
And he shall be clean, right?
God.
And Brother Mike Mallett said, hey, that's right, Kings, bring it out. We were always judging. One of us had to be the judge based on the Father's checklist. And that's calm, hey. Because, hey, this checklist right here, man, is the checklist. Hey, brothers can, say whatever they got to say. But at the end of the day, we all got to meet this requirement. So, hey, if any of these happens, these are the procedures. This is like we said, the law is actually the instruction manual.
Right.
So
and we're commanded to judge.
we commanded,
We're commanded, right?
right?
That's right.
So
that's how you love your neighbor.
Come on now.
To correct your neighbor.
Right. Shalom to Aliana. All praise to Yahweh Shem Shai, right? Yeah, man. So hey, at the end of the day, like brother said, hey, we commanded. If you love your brother, hey, you're gonna follow this.
You're gonna correct them.
Right?
To
hey,
get them out of that fire.
Man, like you said too, bro. Hey, this right here is the whole duty. We ain't got literally, we ain't got no other duty but this.
Mm-hmm.
Right? So commandment 580, not to pluck out the marks of leprosy. Deuteronomy 24:8. Hey, because hey, that thing is spread, man. I just showed you that picture, man. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to go back to it because that's gruesome. It's a hell of a judgment right there. But hey, you better not mess with that. You better pray to the Most High and fast and ask him to take that stuff away.
That's right. Deuteronomy chapter 24 and verse 8. Take heed in the plague of leprosy, that thou observe diligently and do according to all that the priests and the Levites shall teach you. As I commanded them, so he shall observe to do. So ye shall observe to do.
God, and he said, take heed of the plague of leprosy. Hey, I'm telling you that.
Hey, there you go. Hey, King, you say you didn't want to put that thing up again.
Yeah,
put it up again, King.
Yeah,
you said take heed. Hey, our people need to take heed of this thing.
You're absolutely right.
And these plagues go way further than this. You know what I mean? All those plagues when you want to sleep with another man's rib and you want to be a whoremonger out here and sleeping with all these women, hey, they got other diseases for you. Those are plagues.
Look at that. And they be thinking like that one is like, oh, it's just a pigmentation. No, that's leprosy, man.
That's part of it.
That's part of it.
You lose color in there. See how they lost color in there?
Yeah, man.
Right. That leprosy go way further than just using pigment. You get like the brother brought out. You see those boils and all type of spots like that.
Look at that, brother. Severe leprosy right there.
Yeah, his skin color, his pigment going now.
Man, y'all better fear the Most High, man.
Yeah, man.
That's right.
Come on now. Look at this one. Look at this one. Look at her right there. She lost all her limbs, her fingers.
That's right. But you know what they say? Satan did that. See how they give all that credit to Satan? You better fear the Most High. You understand? Because he the one will bring these things upon you for being wicked. You know what I mean? These are punishments. All right?
And look at this. And it says leprosy turns the immune system again. It literally affects your immune. So leprosy ain't just the spots and the sores. It actually make your immune system turn against your body, your central nervous system. So it's shutting you down from the inside out. Yeah, man. Look at them fingers, man. Joints lock up. It's crazy, man. Yeah, turning you blind. These people, man. Like you said, you better fear the Most High, like the brother said. Man, I ain't playing no games, man.
That's right. Hey, King, matter of fact, let's go. Can we go to Job 2? Go to Job 2 real quick. Let's go to start at verse 1 real fast.
All right. It's the book of Job, chapter 2 and verse 1. Again, there was a day when the sons of Yahweh came to present themselves before the Lord. And Satan came also among them to present himself before the Lord. And the Lord said unto Satan, from whence comest thou? And Satan answered the Lord and said, from going to and fro in the earth, from walking up and down in it.
You hear that? So you see that Satan came to the Most High, and the Most High said, "Hey, what are you doing? Making sure you doing your work. You got work to do. Go ahead, King."
And Satan answered the Lord and says, And the Lord said unto Satan, Hast thou considered my servant Job?
Mm-hmm.
And there is none like him in the earth, a
Right, keep
perfect and
going.
upright man, one that feareth God and escheweth evil, and still he holdeth fast his integrity, although thou movest me against him to destroy him without cause. And Satan answered the Lord and said, Skin for skin, yea, all that a man hath will he give for his life. But put forth thine hand now, and touch his bone and his flesh, and he will curse thee to thy face.
He
And
said
the
he
Lord,
touched his he touched his flesh, right? Mm-hmm. Go ahead, King.
right? So went Satan, and the Lord said unto Satan, Behold, he is in thy hand, but save his life. So went
Right, you
Satan
see that?
forth, Con.
Hold up, King. Read that for again.
Verse 6, and the Lord said unto Satan, Behold, he is in thine hand, but save his life.
Right, but save his life, right? But go to 4, King, real quick. Read that 4 for me, one more
Verse
time.
4, and Satan answered the Lord and said, Skin for skin,
Mm-hmm.
yea, all that a man hath will he give for his life.
Right, so Satan say, hey, look, I know if you touch that skin, you know what I mean, he'll give it for his life. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead, King.
But put forth thine hand now and touch his bone and his flesh, and he will curse thee to thy face.
Right,
And
and
the
that's
Lord
it. So
said unto Satan,
go ahead, King.
Go ahead.
No, I was just saying that. That's I just want to bring that out. Like you see that the
Yeah.
Satan came the most. The Satan came and said, look, he get permission from the Most High. You understand? And Satan has dominion here to bring these judgments on our people, man, and tempt these people, man. This is what's going on. So when you do wickedly, you do wickedness, man, and Satan come on you with these plagues and these things. Understand that that's the Most High giving you that. You want to deal with wickedness, then there you go. But God,
Yeah,
we can
God.
go back, King. I just want to bring that out, really.
Hey, definitely. Hey, and Mike, hey, made a great point. The Most High made
Mm-hmm.
examples out of people harshly. Y'all ain't no
There you
joke,
go.
right? And he
God.
said, hey, he checked in. Hey, where were you? Showing us there is no battle between good and evil.
There
God
you
made
go.
Satan carry out his desire.
There
Ooh,
you
a
go.
terrible God, right?
There you
Hey,
go. Y'all
that's
better
the,
y'all better fear the Lord.
come on, man.
Y'all better fear the Lord. That listen, that every time you see something terrible happen, they say, "Oh man, Satan this, Satan that." Hey, this is the Most High God that does that. He said, "Is
Come on,
there evil done in the city, and I have not done it?
come
I,
on.
the Lord, do all these things."
Do all
Right?
these things.
On. Right? You better fear the Lord. You
Come.
understand? And
He
that's
said,
the
I
thing.
kill it and make it alive.
I kill and make alive. That's right, huh?
Come
Go
on,
ahead, King.
man. Right? So we finished the portion of lepers and leprosy, and now we in the king, right? How we supposed to treat our kings, right? So this is commandment 581, not to curse a ruler that is the king in the land of Israel. Exodus 22 and 27, right? Because you got to remember, whenever the Most High gave us a king, the Most High gave us that king,
That's right.
right? All praises,
Exodus.
man.
That's right. Exodus chapter 22, verse 27.
27.
It says, For that is his covering only. It is his raiment for his skin. This is it, King?
Yep.
Exodus, okay, come on.
Yep.
Exodus 22 and 27, right?
Yep.
Uh-huh. I
You
gotta
guys want
start up so we can get the compliment. Yeah, to get
because actually I think it's 28, really.
it's 20. Okay, it's getting to 28. Okay,
Yeah.
okay, con. So
But
you want me to read that 27?
yeah, come.
Okay, con. Exodus chapter 22, verse 27. For that is his covering only; it is his raiment for his skin. Wherein shall he sleep? Right,
Yep.
and it shall come to pass when he crieth unto me that I will hear, for I am gracious.
Right,
Now,
because
verse
when the Most High
28.
put,
Con.
and I'm just wanting to bring this up because when the Most High put somebody in power, He did that,
That's
right?
right.
That's going to Romans 3 and 3, right?
That's right.
And 13 and 1, right? When He said that,
Hmm.
He ordains it, right? So when
That's
He
right.
ordains this, if that ruler cries out and he's a righteous ruler, you think the Most High is not going to hear him, right? Keep
That's
going,
right. Con. Verse 28. It says, "Thou shalt not revile the gods, nor curse the rulers of thy people."
right? And nor curse the rulers of thy people, man. So the Most High
That's
put him
right.
in rulership, you can't curse him, right?
That's
So
right. And Salaka, you see that, and a lot of people when they hear gods, a lot, we taught that when we hear that word God, that that that's only the Most High God, so that's why people get away with this Trinity thing and all these other things, right? God is just that God is the Elohim, right? It means
Yep.
rulers or judges,
Right?
the
Hey,
divine ones, angels or gods. Go ahead, King.
right? Hey, and hey, let's give them a little more clarity. Give me the book of Psalms, chapter 82 and verse 6. 'Cause
Con,
this is
con,
what this is really referring to. Thou shalt not revile the gods, right?
right,
Hate you ain't supposed to hate the gods. Well, what gods is he really referring to in this Exodus?
con.
Psalms
Psalms
82 and
chapter
6.
82 and verse 6, right? It says, I have said, ye are gods.
What did he just say?
Ye are gods.
Right? So hey, that's your brother. We're
That's
all
right.
baby gods, right?
That's
Most
right.
High said we are him. We are made in his image. So we're little g gods. Right? Go ahead.
Mhm. And all of you are children of the Most High,
And that's it.
right?
We the children of the
That's
most
right.
high, man. So hey, of
That's
course,
right.
we little g.
Ye are
So
gods.
hey, so hey, that's what he's referring to. Don't revile the gods. Little g,
That's right.
we're the gods. He was talking about us,
There's a
right? So I
difference
just want to
between the
bring that
Most
up.
High God,
Yeah, not the
Yahweh.
most high God. Yeah, don't
Right.
get it,
There's
don't
a
get it
difference.
twisted. Like, oh,
That's
the
right.
most high. Nah, you're not that.
Hey, then the Most High said he made Moses a god to Pharaoh.
A
You
God to
understand?
Pharaoh,
So there you go. That's right.
right? And we're gonna rule the nations, right? So hey,
There you go.
right? So, but back to the lesson. Commandment 582, 583, 584, 585, 586, 587, right?
Mm-hmm.
582 to appoint a
Con,
king. 583 not to appoint as ruler over Israel one who comes from a non-Israelite. 584 that the king shall not acquire an excessive number of horses. 585 that the king shall not take an excessive number of wives. 586 that he shall not accumulate an excessive quantity of gold and silver. 587 that the king shall write a scroll of the Torah for himself in addition to the one that every person shall write, so that he writes two scrolls,
that's
right?
that
And
Deuteronomy.
that'll be Deuteronomy chapter 17, verse 15 through 18.
Con. And Con, to brother Mike Miles, that's right. And you know what I mean. And I'm gonna do a lesson on that too. You know what I mean? To separating us from men. People don't understand that at all. But that's
Yeah,
right. Because we were called the sons of God,
right?
right?
Right.
Where you want me to go to? Deuteronomy 17. I knew, right? 17 and
Yep.
12.
17 and 15. And
15,
we're going to read
15.
down to 18.
Con. All praise. All right. This is Deuteronomy chapter 17, starting at verse 15. Thou shalt in any wise set him king over thee, whom Yahweh thy power shall choose. One from among thy brethren shalt thou set king over thee.
Right? That means you
Thou,
shouldn't be,
there you go.
and that means you shouldn't be going and voting for the red boy
There you
Trump.
go.
You know what I'm saying? Or none of them coons, man. Them
Right,
ain't one
right.
of the people of our people.
Right. We put the Bible tell us to put. He said we choose one from among our brethren, right? Because we supposed to have, uh, you know, um, a certain love for each other. You know what I'm saying? If you appoint a heathen over you, then they're not going to care about your well-being, right? Only your people care about you,
Come
supposedly anyway,
on.
right? It says, "Thou mayest not set a stranger over thee, which is not thy brother,
Which is what?
which is not thy brother."
And that's how you know that the
Right?
Most High ain't dealing with these other nations. He's only
It's a
dealing
lot.
with one nation.
That's
Go
right.
ahead.
We're not supposed to the put sweet white Jesus over us. He's not amongst our brethren, right? Because that's not Jesus, right?
Man, come
That's
on
not
now.
who the world called Jesus, right? I'm
Nope.
gonna read that again. Deuteronomy 17 and 15. Thou shalt in any wise set him king over thee, whom the Lord thy God shall choose. One from among thy brethren shalt thou set king over thee. Thou mayest not set a stranger over thee, which is not thy brother. You understand? See, we know that Christ is our brother, or he's of our people, because the Bible tells he's going to come out of Judah. A sepulchre should come out of Judah, that shall rule my people Israel, according to Matthew 2, 2 and 6, right? And that's our brother, right? That's our brother, our people, right? Even though Christ is going to be king over everybody. All praises to the Most High, right? Because we're the gods of the earth,
Definitely.
right? Come on, verse 16. You got anything to say, King, before I go on?
Nope.
Okay. Verse 16. But he shall not multiply horses to himself, nor cause the people to return to Egypt, to the end that he should multiply horses. For as much as the Lord hath said unto you, ye shall henceforth return no more that way.
Right.
Right? God, you see that? Anyway. Neither shall he multiply wives to himself, that his heart turn not away. Neither shall he greatly multiply to himself silver and gold.
Right? Because hey, and the Most High, and that's what I love about the Most High is he know Israel, man. He know if we do too much anything, brother, we liable to turn right back to the left.
Hey, look, we know that our fellow King Solomon, man.
Come on, man.
He would multiply all of these things, and it turned his heart away.
Hey,
you know what I'm saying?
matter of fact,
it's not saying that you can't have none, but don't go overboard. Like,
yeah,
you know what I'm saying? What I mean by multiply.
And then I also go with like King Saul with the silver and gold. Remember King Saul? He couldn't help himself when they killed that town. What did the Most High say?
When
everything.
Everything when he went to after Amalek, right?
Yep.
He was keeping the best of everything.
Yeah, I'm gonna keep the best of everything. We just can't go away from not doing what the Most High tell us to do.
It's like you know how you break, you know how Jake is. They break in the house. He said, "Look, we're gonna go get this, and that's it." You go into the, in the wicked world, right? You go into the vault. Take what's in the vault. Don't worry about nothing else. But see, Jake sees some cash over here. He sees some cash over there. Now he got diamonds in the vault, right? But he got some cash laying around over here. He's gonna look for the cash when he was just supposed to go get the vault. You know what I mean? And then they get caught. You know what I'm saying? Because Jake always want to veer off, right? And that's a great example of what we have today, right? We have to stay at that straight gate.
Yeah.
That straight gate has life everlasting, right? But see, Jake don't want that straight gate is too far for him. He want to grab everything on the right and left side of him. He want the gold over here. I'm not going to say the gold. He want the cars. He want the
women.
What else? He want the women. He want all these things that's going to pass away.
Houses,
all that stuff, everything. So he do anything to get those things. The clothes, all these things that's going to be burned up. But he don't want to see that everlasting salvation that's straight ahead. It's too far. It's too difficult to get to that for him. So he want to go to the right and the left. And the Most High tell us to stay on that straight path. Go ahead,
that straight path, right? And go read 17 over again, because that's mighty, man. That commandment is very mighty.
It says, which one was that? Can you want
17 and 17?
And 17, It says, neither shall he multiply wives to himself, that his heart turn not away. Neither shall he greatly multiply to himself silver and gold. Right?
Verse 8.
Now, he's not saying that he can have none, no silver and gold. It's just don't multiply it. Don't get greedy like our people get, right? Verse 18. And it shall be when he sitteth upon the throne of his kingdom, that he shall write him a copy of this law in a book out of that which is before the priests of the Levites. And it shall
Go ahead.
Right? Verse 19. And it shall be with him.
And that's it. Hey, but I got a precept though, right? Because there's a reason why the Most High said that, right? Micah chapter 2 and verse 10. Right? Because at the end of the day, the Most High don't want us to get houses and cars because we'll get too comfortable. Right? It's the book of Micah chapter 2 and verse 10.
I'm there, King. I'm there. You can break it down. Micah chapter 2 verse 10. Arise ye and depart, for this is not your rest, because it is polluted. It shall destroy you, even with a sore destruction.
Hey, right? Because he know that we'll get comfortable, right? We'll make this our rest. This is our kingdom. Well, no, this ain't our kingdom. Our kingdom is eternal, everlasting, right? So why would you want a temporary kingdom? But a lot of our people are settled for this temporary kingdom. Now they're comfortable, right? They got a little Benz, maybe a little raggedy yard with a raggedy picket fence. And like I always say when I street teach, you know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, right? The American dream. In order for you to live the American dream, you got to be what, King? Got to be sleep.
So you can't there. So you can hear me, King?
Yep,
I went out
definitely.
for a minute. So
Yeah, in order to live the American dream, you gotta what? Be sleeping the dream. So that's why he said, "Depart, for this ain't your rest." Because if you resting, you tired. If you tired, you're gonna be sleeping. The American dream, you have to be sleeping the dream. So that's why the Most High is literally letting you know, don't get comfortable with this. Our kingdom is next, man. We got next. So hey, that's the kingdom that we want,
King. Come on,
right?
King. And I'm gonna bring out something just for what you brought out, right? It
Yeah.
says this is Matthew 6. Let's go to 6 and 19. Matthew chapter 6, verse 19. Right? He says, this is Yahweh speaking, right? Christ, right?
Yep.
Lay not up for yourselves treasures upon earth, where moth and rust doth corrupt, and where thieves break through and steal. But lay up for yourselves treasures in heaven, where neither moth nor rust does corrupt, and where thieves do not break through nor steal. For where your treasure is, there will your heart be also.
Mighty.
You see that? And that's the thing. Like our job is to lay up our treasures in heaven, not on earth, man. We work hard. We work hard here because we have to live. But your ultimate treasures, like I used to always say this. You know what? I'm this even before I got into truth, man. I used to say like, you know what? I'm going to strive to build up my retirement in the kingdom of heaven.
Yeah.
You understand? And that's my goal, man. I thank the Most High for waking me up so I can build my kingdom and my retirement in the kingdom of heaven by keeping the commandments of the Most High.
Yeah.
Right,
Hey, and I know we're gonna go to the next commandment, but hey, that's and that's the reason why he said don't store up too much gold and silver. Because he knows it's gonna change your heart, man.
It's gonna change your heart.
You ain't gonna worship him no more, you're gonna worship yourself.
That's right.
Right? So we into the Nazarite portion. Right? So commandment 588 through 597 is the same precept, number 6:3 through 6:9. Right? In 588, that a Nazarite shall not drink wine or anything mixed with wine, which tastes like wine, and even if the wine or the mixed has turned sour, it is prohibited to him. Commandment 589, that he shall not eat fresh grapes. 590, that he shall not eat dried grapes. 591, that he shall not eat the kernels of the grapes. 592, that he shall not eat of the skin of the grapes. 593, that the Nazarite shall permit his hair to grow. 594, that the Nazarite shall not cut his hair. 595, that he shall not enter any covered structure where there is a dead body. 596, that a Nazarite shall not defile himself for any dead person by being in the presence of the corpse. And commandment 597, that the Nazarite shall save his hair when he brings his offering at the completion of the period of the Nazariteship, or within that period, if he has become defiled. So if you either get defiled, or when you end your Nazarite, then you actually have to shave your hair.
That's right.
Right? And that's Numbers chapter 6, verse 3 through 9.
God. Numbers chapter 6, verse 3. He shall separate himself from wine and strong drink, and shall drink no vinegar of wine, or vinegar of strong drink. Neither shall he drink any liquor of grapes, nor eat moist grapes, nor dried. Verse 4. All the days of his separation shall he eat nothing that is made of the vine tree, from the kernels even to the husk. All the days of the vow of his separation, there shall no razor come upon his head, until the days be fulfilled, in the which he separated himself unto the Lord. He shall be holy, and shall let the locks of the hair of his head grow. All the days that he separated himself unto the Lord, he shall come at no dead body. He shall not make himself unclean for his father, or for his mother, for his brother, or for his sister, when they die, because the consecration of his God is upon his head. All the days of his separation he shall be holy unto the Lord. And if any man die very suddenly by him, and he have defiled the head of his consecration, then he shall shave his head in the day of his cleansing. On the seventh day shall he shave it. Verse ten
Right,
two
and that's
again.
it. Yeah, that's
Oh,
it. Right. So,
that's it, right?
hey, so that vow, right? That vow is you're actually vowing yourself to the Most High God that hey, you're His offering, right? And in order to be His offering, you got to be perfect. You got to stay away from anything that's of the vineyard, right? Any grapes, no matter what form, what
That's
way,
right.
right? No liquor, no wine,
And even
right?
corn, the husk
Yeah,
and the corn.
yep. So you just have to kind of, thug that thing out. But it's a great vow though, because the Most High gonna bless you at the end of that thing. And it's really no set time either. It isn't like you got to do it a year or 2 years or whatever. It's just whatever you vow to the Most High. But we all know about that vow, right?
Yeah, you made that vow. You got to keep that vow.
Right? Right? Hey, we got to bring that precept out, man. Numbers chapter 30 and verse 2. Actually, Ecclesiastes, both of them.
Ecclesiastes.
Yeah, 5 and
Wait,
4.
what, 5 and 4?
It's both of them.
Ecclesiastes chapter 5, verse 4. When thou vowest a vow unto the Most High, defer not to pay it.
What'd he say?
Defer not to pay it.
Hey, you better not pay it. Go ahead.
For he have no pleasure in fools. Pay that which thou hast vowed.
Keep going.
Better is it that shouldest not vow than that thou shouldest vow and not pay.
Keep going. One more.
Suffer not thy mouth to cause thy flesh to sin. Neither say thou before the angel that it was an error.
That it was a what?
That it was an error. Wherefore should God be angry at thy voice and destroy the work of thine hands?
Hey, and all praise to brother Trey, right? All praise to brother Trey. Y'all Shem Shabbat. Hey,
All
happy
praises.
Shabbat. Hey, and look, and a lot of brothers don't understand, man. Right? When you come into this truth, when the Most High opens your eyes to this truth, you vow to vow. Right? We got that lesson on our channel. When you come into this truth, you vow to vow. The Most High open your eyes up, and you can't go back, man. You cannot go back. Right? So it's better for you because that's this precept. Hey, it's better for you not to have known, right?
Than to know. That's right. Right.
Right. So hey, at the end of the day, man, hey, you got to continue. Can't take your hand off the plow.
That's right. You want me to pull
Right?
that
Hey,
king in 2 Peter?
yeah, chapter 2, verse 21. You know how I had to bring it out, bro. Just one more.
No, that's a beautiful one. Yeah.
Because you,
That's
hey, you
very
can't.
important.
And once the Most High bring you into this thing, that's it. The ways of the old is over with. It's over
That's
with.
right.
Go ahead, King.
2 Peter chapter 2, verse 21. For it had been better for them not to have known the way of righteousness
That's the vow, right? Go ahead.
than after they have known it to turn from the holy commandment delivered unto them.
Right.
But it is Salakia. Salakia. Let me read that over, King. 2 Peter chapter 2, verse 21, because this is very important, man. Hold on.
Yeah, it is.
Hold on. I gotta go up, bro.
I know, bro.
I gotta go up, King.
Yeah, you do.
I know we got a lot going. We got these commandments, but let me bring this out because we gotta explain this stuff to the people, right?
You do.
This is 2 Peter chapter 2. What you got? Can you say something?
No. Go ahead.
Verse. I'm gonna start at 19. Sure. Oh man, it's hard for me. Hey, I'm gonna start at 18. For when they speak great swelling words of vanity, they are lured through the lust of the flesh, through much wantonness. Those that were clean escaped from them who lived in error.
Mm.
While they, and this kind of remind me of Wisdom of Solomon right now too, right?
Yeah.
But anyway, or is that Second Ezra? Second Ezra.
Yeah.
While they promise them liberty, they themselves are the servants of corruption. For of whom a man is overcome, of the same is he brought in bondage. Here you go. For if after they escape the pollutions of the world through the
Right.
knowledge of the Lord and Savior Jesus Christ, they are again entangled therein, and overcome, the latter end is worse with them than the beginning.
Mm.
So you see that you leave this thing, you can go back in the world and be worse. And matter of fact, the
Work.
precept with that when those evil spirits come out, go out of you, and they find you swept up, and then seven more
More.
come into your body, even worse
Seven
than the
more.
first.
Even stronger and worse than the first.
Worse than the first.
Right.
I really want to bring that out too, but we'll go all
No,
day
we
with
can't.
this.
We can't. Go ahead though. Go ahead. Finish that.
It says, for it had been better for them not to have known the way of righteousness, than after they have known it, to turn from the holy commandment delivered unto them.
Mm.
You
Come
see
on, man.
that?
Come on, man.
Mm.
Right.
Here you
And
go.
you
I
gotta
gotta read this. So there's two Proverbs, verse 22. But it is happened unto them according to the true proverb. Right, the
Right.
brother brought that out.
Right.
The dog is turned to his own vomit again, and the soul that was washed to her wallow in the mire.
Wallowing in the mire.
There you go, man.
Right.
Go ahead, King.
And brother Mike Malice brought out that Proverbs 26:11. As a
Yeah,
dog
God.
returneth to his vomit,
Yeah,
so a fool
exactly.
returneth to his folly. Right?
There
Because
you
why would
go.
you go back? Why would you go back, man?
There you go. And
Right?
that's it, right? That's what he was talking about, right?
Yep. Why would you? Yeah. Why would you go back? Why
God.
would you go back? That's just wicked. But hey, all praise to the Most High, man. We got to endure this thing, man. Right? So we finished the Nazarite portion. Now we're on wars. Right? Wars. Commandment 598. That those engaged in warfare should not fear their enemies, nor be panic stricken by them during battle. So that means, hey, while you're over here, like Mike knows, when you're out there teaching, when you're teaching on the highways and byways of the internet, you can't be scared. You can't be scared to lose your channel, to get a strike.
Right.
We out there on the street, we can't be scared that the police walking by or that Esau walking by. No, we got to deliver what thus saith the Most High, man.
God,
Right?
because we consider a walking sacrifice, man. We're a sacrifice for the Lord. Just like Christ sacrificed. If you'll follow Hamashiach, you got to be ready for anything.
Yeah, because once you get online, like Mike on, once you get online, hey brother, they know who you are.
Mm-hmm.
Just like us, once we go out there, brother, our face is on there. It's over for thou.
Yeah, they know us, brother.
They
Know
know
who we are.
Yeah. So we're gonna
Yo,
start.
we on the top of the charts, man.
Oh yeah,
America Most Wanted.
Yeah,
that's right. Hey, we bringing this kingdom down through the spirit of the Most High, man.
Yeah. Hey, and matter of fact, if you look it up, we're actually on the top. We're like in the top 5 of actual terrorists. We're in the terrorist group. Anybody that's a Hebrew Israelite that's teaching, best believe your name is in the database and it's over for now.
And the crazy thing is, we don't talk about killing nobody.
No,
we don't talk about, we're not hanging anybody, but we're on the top. all we're doing is speaking the words of the Most High. The same book that everybody got in their man, in their on their mantle, on their dresser.
But you shouldn't be reading it. You shouldn't be reading it.
Read it. No, you can't read it like this. You can't read it like this through the spirit. You read it with the spirit. Man, this is not they don't want you to read this book.
They don't. Right? So Deuteronomy 3:22.
Deuteronomy chapter 3, verse 22. Right? And it reads, "Ye shall not fear them, for the Lord your God, he shall fight for you." And I'm saying Lord, but that his name is Yahweh.
God.
Right? For the Lord or Yahweh, your power shall fight for you. Right?
Yeah,
He said, and I that's it, King, or you keep going.
yeah, that's it. Yeah, that's it. Right?
That's right.
Hey, hey, and Mike, absolutely right. He said, hey, they know the power we possess. We can call to action anything in the spiritual realm and make it manifest with prayer. We are the righteous ones. And he's right though, because
And
that's right there in
that's
Philippians.
right. And that's what's happening right now, though.
Yeah.
That's what's happening right now today, man. We're calling on our Lord and He's fighting for us. But see, only the spiritual understand these things. Like we know the fight is on. We know, and actually they know too. They know. They saying they want to stop this, man, because they understand that hey, these people wake up, man. It's over. It's over for them, man. But we're woke now. And all praises to the Most High. He put His Spirit, like Christ said. He said He's going to pour His Spirit. Matter of fact, He said He's going to send the Holy Spirit, which going to what bring all things to our remembrance and teach us all things.
Hey,
Right?
and
Go ahead, King.
and this was happening right here because we know we regenerated back on earth, right? Revelations chapter 6 and verse 10. And I know we got to get back to the commandments, but hey, I had to bring this out, man. It says, and they cried with a loud voice, saying, How long, O Lord, holy and true, dost thou not judge and avenge our blood on them that dwell on the earth? And white robes were given unto every one of them, and it was said unto them that they should rest yet for a little season until their fellow servants also and their brethren that should be killed as they were should be fulfilled. So hey, it's some more fulfilling that gotta happen, man. Right? Some more fulfilling. It's like Brother Mike said, hey, they definitely got their eyes on us, man. You already know. They gotta kill some of us. Some of us gotta die. Some of us gotta be put in prison. Some of us gotta be tortured for the word of God, man.
Hey, Salakia, hold on one second, King. Hey, the brother on still. He can read for me real quick.
Yeah,
Brother
Tom, I
I'll
got
be
you.
right back, King.
All right.
Right. So hey, bring out Deuteronomy 7 and 21.
Book of Deuteronomy, chapter 7, verse 21. And it reads, Thou shalt not be affrighted at them, for the Lord thy God is among you, a mighty God and terrible.
No, he's a sweet lollipops and teddy bears.
A mighty God and terrible.
No, he's cotton candy and candy M's.
A mighty God and terrible.
Right? Because hey, Exodus 15 and 3, he's a man of war, man. So he's a
Con.
mighty God and terrible, bro. So
I got it.
he's definitely
Salakia,
not.
Salakia.
Go ahead.
I'm back.
Yeah,
I was
so he
about to just
definitely
say.
well, go ahead, Ken.
No, go ahead, King. See what you're saying.
No, like he definitely ain't gonna you know what I'm saying, be soft. He mighty and terrible, and he's fighting our battles. So we ain't gotta worry about nothing. We just gotta go out and worry about just going and delivering what he put in our spirit.
I got a precept, King.
Go ahead.
And Salakia, that sweet Jesus that they looking for, he not coming back. Yeah. If he could, he's coming back to go in captivity.
That's Candy M Jesus right there.
Candy M Jesus. Candy M Jesus,
man.
with the shoulder out, with the Candy M Jesus with the shoulder out and the with the Roman toga on. He's going to slavery. He's gonna be the first. He's gonna be the first servant.
Right.
Not my sweet Jesus.
Not my sweet Jesus.
We trying to get our people off that Jesus juice.
Oh,
right? Because that Jesus that the world worship is not in this Bible.
Nope.
That's why when they hear these words, that's why I ask people all the time. I ask people, you sure you believe? Well, because I'm about to read this Bible. You sure you believe? And you know what we find out every time? When we start reading this Bible to them, they don't believe in the book no more.
No.
Right? Because sweet Jesus not in there.
No.
Because who the world calls Jesus, his name is Yahweh Shah.
Yeah.
And let me tell you, he loved his people so much that he died for them.
Man. That's right.
All right? But go ahead, King.
This is the book of Sirach, chapter 4, verse 28. Strive for the truth unto death, and the Lord shall fight for thee. So that it just like you said, bringing out the scriptures, but the Most High is always fighting for us. He's fighting for us right now as we speak. But like Hashai said, sometimes when you're not spiritual, you're carnal. So you just looking at it at a carnal aspect. You're not literally seeing it spiritually. Like he's waking us up, he's rising us up. We in next on rulership, right? Leadership, right?
Gun
With
down.
Yahweh Shah Hamashiach, right? And then you got all these rumors of wars because nobody's paying it. Only we paying attention. We the watchmen.
No, you know what?
You
They
know what I'm
see
saying?
it, but they don't. You know what? But they're praying for it.
Yeah.
I
Yeah,
asked a
man.
Christian yesterday. I said, "Can I ask you a question? Are you guys praying for what's going on? Are you guys praying to end for the Most High to stop whatever is going on? You're praying against God's will. What's the
Mm.
Lord's prayer? Our
Hey,
Father which art in heaven, right? Thy
Mm-hmm.
kingdom come, thy will be done. You're praying against God's will. What is God's will?
man.
Mm.
Hey, I'm gonna
To
show you God's
overthrow this
will.
kingdom, right? Go ahead, bring it out, King.
Hey, give me Tazwan, give me Amos chapter 5, verse 18. He brought that out last night when we was teaching. And
Uh,
Shalom, the sister Angela Small, all praise to the Most High for you.
Praises,
All
Shalom,
praises,
sister.
right? Hey, bring this out. Watch this.
say Amos.
Chapter 5, verse 18. Right?
This is
Because
the
they
book of Amos,
go ahead.
book of Amos, chapter 5, verse 18, and it reads, "Woe unto you that desire the day of the Lord.
It is spoken unto you if you desire in the day of the Lord. What? Go ahead.
To what end is it for you? The day of the Lord is darkness and no light,
Go ahead.
as if a man did flee from a lion, and a bear met him."
Uh-oh. So
And
you ran from the
stop right
lion.
there, King.
Yeah,
Con. No,
go ahead. Go
because
ahead,
that
King.
gotta be, hey, King. That gotta be explained because I don't think people understand that.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Imagine you in the woods and you running from a lion, and then you meet a bear. You think you got away from the lion, but you met a bear, right?
Right.
A bear can rip you to shreds,
That's
just like
right.
that lion can, right? And you can't run from a bear because they run like 30, 40 miles an hour. They
Yup.
climb trees. They
Yup.
swim. You know what I'm
Yup.
saying? Ain't nothing you can
Yeah.
do, right? Go ahead, King.
As if a man did flee from a lion, and a bear met him, or went into the house and leaned his hand on the wall, and a serpent bit him.
And now you
Shall
lean your hand on the wall and a serpent bites you. There's no
shall
running
not
away from that thing. Go ahead, King.
verse 20, shall not the day of the Lord be darkness and not light, even every dark,
Very.
and no and envy Slakia, envy very dark,
Envy.
even very dark, and no brightness in it.
Definitely. Hey, and so that's
Uh,
that's like desiring the day of the Most High, man.
that's
People
right.
always say, that hey, at the end of the day, man, hey, you shouldn't desire that day because it's not gonna be good. So I got one more precept on that commandment, and then we'll go to the next commandment, Deuteronomy 20 and 3.
Hey, Slakia, y'all, I gotta get off, y'all.
All right, all
Now you got
praises,
okay,
King.
King.
We love
Love
you.
you, King.
Deuteronomy.
Hey,
Yep.
y'all, about some y'all,
Say
Brakatah.
Hey, y'all,
How
Shabbat
about
Shalom.
Deuteronomy chapter 20 and verse 3. And shall say unto them, Hear, O Israel, ye approach this day unto battle against your enemies. Let not your hearts faint, fear not, and do not tremble, neither be terrified because of them.
Neither be terrified. So, hey, so at the end of the day, man, hey, we cannot, I repeat, we cannot be fearful of these other nations, right? But we have to definitely respect the Most High and continue to do the work that He's asked us to do, right? And all praises to Sister Tawana Love, all praises. Hey, happy Shabbat. And all praises to Brother Hickles Gaming, all praises, right? Hey, we bring these commandments out because, hey, at the top of the lesson, right, we have brought out Matthew 19:16. If thou wilt enter into life, which you want eternal life, we have to keep the commandments. Well, in order to keep the commandments, we have to know the commandments. So every Shabbat from 2 o'clock until the Most High willing, we usually go over these commandments, and we're actually at commandment number 599, right? 599, to anoint a special priest to speak to the soldiers in a war. This is today's equivalent to a military chaplain. Deuteronomy chapter 20 and verse 2.
Deuteronomy chapter 20 and verse 2. And it shall be, when ye are come nigh unto the battle, that the priest shall approach and speak unto the people.
right? And so that's how they always steal everything that's our nation things, as far as praying over people when they sick, praying over the soldiers at war. Like those are all of our actual customs, but they stole them, right? So all praise to the Most High, man. We
And
taking our
Salakia,
heritage back.
and Salakia, we also go back over these commandments. We're gonna keep going over most high willing until Christ come back. We're gonna go every Sabbath. We're gonna go like we at 599 now, right King, or
Yep.
600 right
We have
now.
600 now.
Right, we're at 600 commandments 600, and we're gonna go back over and start at one all over again, and we're gonna continue that most high willing. All praises to the Most High.
All praise to the Most High, because hey, we trying to seek the kingdom, man.
That's right.
Right. So commandment number 600: in a permissive war, as distinguished from obligatory ones, to observe the procedure prescribed in the Torah. Deuteronomy chapter 20 and verse 10.
Deuteronomy chapter 20 and verse 10. When thou comest nigh unto a city to fight against it, then proclaim peace unto it.
Go ahead.
And it shall be, if it make the answer of peace, if it make the answer of peace and open unto thee, then it shall be that all the people that is found therein shall be tributaries unto thee, and they shall serve thee.
And tributary means basically they have to pay taxes,
That's right.
or they actually have to give you money. That's what, like when Rome had took over all the nations that he did, like when they took over the Medo and Persia and the Grecians, they actually let them absorb into their kingdom. But then actually every month or whatever it may be, whenever they subscribed that they had to do, they had to give tributaries, right? And Christ actually spoke on that, right? We're gonna bring that up.
Yeah, that's
Right?
should be H.
Matthew chapter 22 and verse 20 through 22. This is the book of Matthew chapter 22 and verse 20 through 22. Right? And it reads, and he said unto them, whose is this image and superscription? Right? So he's talking about the image on the money. Right? And they said unto him, Caesar's. Then said he unto them, render therefore unto Caesar the things which are Caesar's, and unto God the things that are God's. When they heard these words, they marveled and left him and went their way. So Christ was basically letting them know, like, hey, I'm not of this world. I'm of the spiritual realm. So, keep the commandments and serve me in spirit and in truth. And that's what you render to the Father. But far as this carnal stuff, hey, give it to Caesar whatever Caesar's. Because when I destroy Caesar, hey, Caesar ain't gonna that money ain't gonna save him. Right? So, hey, all praise to the water, King Mike. We appreciate you for your blessing, King. All praise to the Most High, man. So, yeah, so that's what he was saying. Hey, render unto him what Caesar's, but unto the Most High God, hey, give him to what's his. Right? So, commandment number 601, not to keep alive any individual of the 7 Canaanite nations. Deuteronomy 20 and 16. Right? And that's crazy because that lets you know God's not dealing with everybody. He's only dealing with the nation of Yasharallah.
That's right.
Right?
You said Deuteronomy 20?
20 and verse 16.
Deuteronomy chapter 20 and verse 16. But of the cities of these people, which the Lord thy power doth give thee for an inheritance, thou shalt save alive nothing that beareth.
That breatheth, right? That breatheth. Hey.
That breatheth.
Yeah, he said, kill everything. Right? And then verse 17 is commandment 602 to exterminate the 7 Canaanite nations from the land of Israel.
Verse
and that's what he's doing right now. He's starting to exterminate
that's right.
All these heathens, man. Most High is not playing games. He's cleansing the earth right now. For all those that isn't diligently paying attention to what's going on, in Israel, to all the so-called Middle Eastern nations, the Most High is cleansing them. Right? He's cleansing that nation out, man. He's famining so-called Africa, the land of Canaan, right? And then he's destroying all those nations in the so-called Middle East. So he's slowly cleansing this earth, man, with tempests and with storms, right? Those are all God's powerful weapons, man, that he uses. All right, but go ahead, King.
Forming rivers in the desert.
Come on
You
now.
know, all type of things going on right now.
Yeah.
All praises
Drying
to the
up the
Most High.
Euphrates.
That's right. Drying up the Euphrates. Hey man, this is all for us, Israel. This is
Man.
why we supposed to be thankful, man. We supposed to be saying all praises to the Most High, man, or call Allah Yahweh, man. We supposed
Yeah.
to be calling on the Lord, man, and thanking Him. And you know what's amazing? I told people, I said, wait till after this fast or this atonement, the Day of Atonement, and the Tabernacles. Watch the Most High do work. Soon as it ended, and look what happened. You know, all praises to the Most High. I'm gonna read Deuteronomy 20 and 17.
Right.
But thou shalt utterly destroy them, namely the Hittites and the Amorites, the Canaanites and the Perizzites and the Hittites and the Jebusites, as the Lord thy power has commanded thee.
Right. And
that's more.
And read one more because he's gonna tell you why he wants you to destroy it.
God, that they teach you not to do after their abominations, which they have done unto their gods. So shall ye sin against the Lord your God.
Right.
Right.
And that's just crazy, right? Because you already know, bro, like every time we dealt with any nation, we always wanted to follow their ways. We wanted to do the things that they did. Right? But that's wicked, man.
Right. And there's no difference than in America. We still do the same thing. We worship their gods.
Man.
You know what I'm saying? Their gods, that Caesar Borgia, that image of that so-called image of Christ, right? That white Jesus, we worship their gods. And through that God, you worship so many other gods. You get to the point of you dealing with Easter, right? And then you worship gods like Ishtar, right? The fertility goddess, right? Then they go into, you know, and then what they sacrifice to for that day, they get the Easter ham, right? Then you got Christmas, worshiping another god, right? Tammuz. You got the you know, and then you get what the what was that? The Christmas ham, right? And you see that the so-called birth and death of Christ, they sacrifice swine's flesh, just like when you get in the Maccabees, the same thing, right? They sacrifice swine's flesh to give thanks and honor to their gods.
Yeah.
And to really they really want to just defile God's holy people. That's what they really do it for, right?
Hey, and just to back up, right, to the when it said to exterminate the 7 Canaanite nations from the land of Israel, right, and also all the other enemies, right? King David said the same thing in Psalms chapter 143 and verse 12, right? And I'll start at verse 11. Psalms chapter 143 and verse 11. Quicken me, O Lord, for thy name's sake. For thy righteousness' sake, bring my soul out of trouble. And of thy mercy, cut off mine enemies. I reread that. And of thy mercy, cut off mine enemies, and destroy all them that afflict my soul, for I am thy servant. Right? So he said, hey, cut everybody off that afflict my soul. Why? Same thing that happened in Egypt. They didn't want us to go and serve our power, right? They didn't want us to go serve our Most High God. They wanted us to serve, like you said, brother, all these other deities. So that's why King David is asking to cut off and destroy our enemies, because they separate us from Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai, man. Right? So I just wanted to bring that out because it just shows you that, hey, if it seems unrighteous to pray for the downfall of your enemy, it's actually righteous, because guess what? They're trying to kill you because you're not doing their ways. Right? So we're on commandment number 603, not to destroy fruit trees wantonly or in warfare. Deuteronomy chapter 20, verse 19 and 20. Deuteronomy chapter 20, verse 19 and 20.
God. When thou shalt besiege a city a long time, and make a war against it to take it, thou shalt not destroy the trees thereof by forcing an axe against them. And Salakia and Esau, they cut all the trees down.
Come on now.
right? They cut them all down, right? Uh, you know, down south, I'm down south now. I don't even feel like I'm down south anymore.
No.
They cut down all the trees out here now,
Yeah.
right? For thou mayest eat of them, and thou shalt not cut them down. For the tree of the field is man's life. You hear that? For
Man.
the tree of the field is man's life. To employ them in the seeds. You see that? And this is the thing. They cut these trees down to destroy man.
Yeah.
Right? That's the thing. Watch this. Verse 20. Only the trees which thou knowest that they may be just like it, that be not trees for meat, thou shalt destroy and cut them down. And thou shalt build bulwarks against the city that maketh war with thee until it be subdued.
Until it be subdued.
That's right.
And he's
You,
saying
you
that
don't see no fruit trees no more in the out here. I remember back in the day, bro, in
yeah.
Jersey, we used to have them. We used to have trees like have like certain fruit on them, like just right outside.
Yeah.
And this in the city. I mean, I don't
Hey.
want to eat them,
But you think about it though, they're not. Hey, they slick because they know that when they control that food. So if you got fruit trees everywhere, pecan, pear, all that stuff, you can survive, right? If they fool with that. But now they done took them away, you can't survive. Now you ain't got no type of nothing growing.
That's right, that's
Right,
right.
so-
And even the weeds, like they have us cut up the weeds and throw the eggs. So those weeds, a lot of the weeds are very good for you.
Yeah, like
Like the
dandelion.
dandelion. You can eat from the how they say from the rooter to the tutor. Right?
Yeah.
You know what
And
I
you know
mean?
what's crazy?
From the flower to the to the
Still.
vine.
Yeah. But you know what's crazy is down south, I don't even know that I've even saw any dandelions down here. It's crazy. But commandment number 604, to deal with a beautiful woman taken captive in war in the manner prescribed in the Torah. Deuteronomy chapter 21, verse 10 through 14. Deuteronomy chapter 21, verse 10 through 14.
Deuteronomy chapter 21, verse 10. When thou goest forth to war against thine enemies, and the Lord thy power, or Yahweh thy power, have delivered them into thine hands, and thou hast taken them captives, and seest among the captives a beautiful woman, and has a desire unto her, that thou wouldest have her to thy wife. Then thou shalt bring her home to thine house, and she shall shave her head and pare her nails. And she shall put the raiment of her captivity from off her, and shall remain in thine house, and bewail her father and her mother for a full month. And after that thou shalt go in unto her, and be her husband, and she shall be thy wife. And Salakia, and another reason why we did this, it's about taking the women and the virgin women, the young women, is so they won't be, they have protection, they have husbands. You know what I'm saying? Because our women, and that's the mercy of the Most High. You know what I'm saying? That He didn't want to leave these women out, with nothing. You know what I'm saying? So He allowed us to take those women and actually make them wives, and so they can eat and won't die in the wilderness, right? Go ahead, King.
You gotta go one more. Verse
Okay,
14.
what we at? 14 also?
Yeah.
And it shall be, if thou have no delight in her, then thou shalt let her go whither she will. But thou shalt not sell her at all for money. Thou shalt not make merchandise of her, because thou hast humbled her. You see?
Right?
Ahead,
And that's the thing too, though. That's after we get the kingdom, man. So don't you be
That's
going
right.
into these strange women, man. You know what I'm saying? This is only after war. So that's when we take the kingdom. Then that may be going on, but not now. Right now, we gotta first keep the commandments, man.
That's right.
Cause I know only reason why I say that is because I know brothers are saying, "Oh, you can deal with women." I'm like, no, brother, going off.
Brothers be ready to marry all type of people and go off and go Solomon route. King Solomon have woman for every nation. Next thing you know, you celebrating Christmas.
Right. Hey,
right.
that was
But we
also
got to put
commandment
this
number
place in order
605,
first.
which is not to sell a beautiful woman taken captive in war, And 606, not to degrade a beautiful woman taken captive in war to condition of a bondwoman, right? So commandment number 607, not to offer peace to the Ammonites and the Moabites before waging war on them, as should be done to other nations. Deuteronomy 23 and 7.
Deuteronomy 23, verse 7. And it reads, Thou shalt not abhor an Edomite, for he is thy brother. Thou shalt not abhor an Egyptian, because thou was a stranger in his land. The children that are begotten of them shall enter into the congregation of the Lord in their third generation. When the host goeth forth against thine enemies, then keep thee from every wicked thing. Keep going, King.
Yeah, and that's it right there, right? So he's saying, hey, you can't offer peace. So it's saying don't hate them, but you got to war with them first. And then after you basically invade and take over their land, then, you know what I'm saying, you can go ahead and
Well, let's get that word for abhor, King. Pull that up, because people get that mixed up. Because that word abhor just means do abominably. We're not supposed to do abominably to anybody. Because some people say, oh, you're not supposed to hate an Edomite. Well, let's bring that word up, King, and see what abhor mean in this instance right here. You gonna bring it up on screen?
Yeah, come on. Yeah,
So
give me a second.
everybody
I
can
gotta
see
type it
this.
in.
Strong's H 8581. Ta'av. Ta'av.
Ta'ab. Can you see that on the screen?
Yeah.
All right. It says
Perfect.
to abhor, to be abominable, do abominably, to be
That's right.
abhorred, be detested in the ritual sense, in the ethical sense, to loathe, abhor, regard as abomination, in the ritual sense, in the ethical sense, to cause to be an abomination, to make abominable, do abominably, in the ritual sense, in the ethical sense.
Right. So
Right?
we're not supposed to do abominable to the people, to no one. Period.
Right. Right. And so, yeah.
So, and that's what they did that to us. They did abominable things to us. We're not
Yeah.
supposed to do abominable things to anyone. God hate all abomination.
Yeah, definitely.
Okay, King.
Right. So, yeah. So that was a great point, King. So commandment 608, that anyone who is unclean shall not enter the camp of the Levites. Deuteronomy 23 and 11.
Deuteronomy chapter 23, verse 11. But it shall be, when evening cometh on, he shall wash himself with water. And when the sun is down, he shall come into the camp again.
Hey, so he letting you know, hey, can't come into that place. Right? You have to clean yourself. Right? So
let me read the 10. Let me read 10.
yeah, I was talking about to say go up to 10.
Let me is another commandment coming up with this? Because
No, not with this same.
Okay,
Not
I'm
with
gonna
this
start at 9. All right. This is Deuteronomy chapter 23, verse 9. When the host goeth forth against thine enemies, then keep thee from every wicked thing. If there be among you any man that is not clean by reason of uncleanness, that chances him by night, then shall he go abroad out of the camp. He shall not come within the camp. But it shall be, when evening cometh on, he shall wash himself with water. And when the sun is down, he shall come into the camp again.
God. So hey, so basically letting you know, hey, you can't come into the camp until you're clean, right? So commandment number 609, right? 609 and 610, to have a place outside the camp for sanitary purposes, and 610 to keep that place sanitary. Deuteronomy chapter 23, verse 13 through 15.
Deuteronomy chapter 23, verse 13. And thou shalt have a paddle upon thy weapon. And it shall be, when thou wilt ease thyself abroad, thou shalt dig therewith, and shalt turn back the cover that which cometh from thee.
right? And then he talking about like you go and use the bathroom, right? Go ahead.
Mm-hmm.
That's the
Con,
paddles,
that's
the
right.
shovel. Go ahead.
That's right. Verse 14. For Yahweh thy power walketh in the midst of thy camp to deliver thee and to give up thine enemies before thee. Therefore shall thy camp be holy, that he see no unclean thing in thee and turn away from thee. And that show you how clean the Most High is, man. Don't be just using the bathroom and just having it laying all around. Hey, the Most High say, hey, you better dig a hole and put that thing in a hole, man,
Yeah.
because the spirit is around us, man. They don't want to be in that unclean environment.
Yeah, definitely.
All right.
Right.
Okay, what you got next?
Right. So commandment number 611, always to remember that what Amalek did. Right. So you got to always remember what your enemy did to you, man.
That's right.
That's Deuteronomy 25 and 17.
And
Deuteronomy
so,
25 and 17.
why you think that we had to always tell our children that the Most High why the Most High freed us from Egypt, right? But we this story always that the Most High freed us from Egypt. This was a story of how we were being treated by our enemies, and the Most High got us out of there. Rescued us from these heathens. So why we don't? This is why we're supposed to remember these things and teach our children these things. But go ahead, King.
Hey, Deuteronomy 25, 17 and 18.
Deuteronomy chapter 25, verse 17 and 18. Remember what Amalek did unto thee by the way, when ye were come forth out of Egypt. And that word remember is very important. Remember what Amalek did, right? Verse 18. How he met thee by the way, and smote the hindmost of thee, even all that were feeble behind thee, when thou wast faint and weary, and he feared not the Most High.
Hey.
And that's how they do. They get you while you weak, all right?
Yeah, and he said, and you notice how, because Amalek, if for all those that's watching that don't know, Amalek is the small hats. We call them the small hats because they'll ban things. So Amalek is the small hats, and he's saying that they didn't fear the Most High God. That's why when you go in Revelations chapter 2 and 9 and 3 and 9, he said they're the chief house of the synagogue. I mean, the chief house of Satan. So he said the synagogue of Satan is the chief house, the top nation of Satan. Right? So that's why he said, remember, they didn't fear God. That's what he said in verse 18. He feared not God. Right?
And that's Esau's grandson.
Yeah, he's the grandson of the wicked one. Right? So commandment 612 and 613.
Was it in 19 too, King?
Yeah, this is verse 19, is 612, 613. 612, the evil done to us by Amalek shall not be forgotten, and to destroy the seed of Amalek. Commandment 612 and 613, Deuteronomy 25 and 19.
Deuteronomy chapter 25, verse 19. Therefore it shall be, when Yahweh thy power have given thee rest from all thine enemies round about, in the land which Yahweh thy power giveth thee for inheritance to possess it, that thou shalt blot out the remembrance of Amalek.
He should do what?
Blot out the remembrance of Amalek from under heaven. Thou shalt not forget it.
So he said, the Most High said he's not going to forget Amalek, right? For all the things that Amalek did to the Israelites, right? Hey, and I got one precept on that.
Me too.
Before we finish this thing. Right? Obadiah, man. Right? Obadiah chapter, it's only one chapter, chapter 1. And we're going to start at verse 9. Obadiah chapter 1 and verse 9.
Hey, King, you want me to get it? I'm sorry, Salaki.
I got it. I can read it.
Oh, okay.
I can read it. This is the book of Obadiah chapter 1 and verse 9. And thy mighty men, O Teman, shall be dismayed to the end that every one of Mount of Esau may be cut off by slaughter. For thy violence against thy brother Jacob, shame shall cover thee, and thou shalt be cut off forever. in the day that thou stoodest on the other side, in the day that the strangers carried away captive his forces, and foreigners entered into his gates, and cast lots upon Jerusalem, even thou was as one of them.
That's right, King.
Right? So hey, I just ended there, man. Right. So do you got
Yeah,
anything else to add on your closing
I'm
remarks,
gonna
King?
bring out. Well, I'm gonna bring out a precept on what you just brought out on Exodus 17 and verse. I'm not gonna do too much. I'm gonna go right to verse 13. Uh, okay, I'm at 17 and 13. And Joshua discomfited Amalek and his people with the edge of the sword. And Yahweh said unto Moses, write this for a memorial in a book, and rehearse it in the ears of Joshua. For I will utterly put out the remembrance of Amalek from under the heaven. So from under heaven. And Moses built an altar and called the name of it Yahweh Nisi, right?
Yep.
It says for verse 16, it says, for he said, because Yahweh hath sworn that Yahweh will have war with Amalek from generation to generation. There will never be peace in the Middle East
Never.
because they left here black and came back white. And that's
Right.
just what it is.
Right.
And that's what you're seeing today, man. It's going to be war forever. The Most High he got war with Amalek forever, from generation to generation. Okay.
Right. And he absolutely right. Right. So hey. So our praises, man. So with that being said, and all our praises, and we finished the 613, and most high willing. Next Shabbat, we'll be starting over from commandment number 1. So everybody that's listening and watching, we'll be starting back from the commandments, because every Shabbat we go over commandments and we go in order from 1 to 613. So we actually just went through all of it. So anybody that's listening, we have another channel. It's called Soy 144, and it's in the green. It's at the bottom of our main page, and we actually went through all of them, so you can jump on and you can see from the beginning where it says Torah. We started from 1 all the way to 613, and we'll just be starting back again till the Most High takes us away. So we love everybody. We appreciate everybody coming in and watching us and supporting us. And Most High willing, we pray that everybody got everything they needed. And at any time when we're going over these commandments, you can ask any questions over any of the commandments that we're bringing out. So that's all that, because I'm going to read this precept, and this is the reason why the Most High put in. Well, I'm going to say it's the reason why, but the Most High put in our spirits to start doing the commandments, because we know that we got to keep the commandments, but we don't know what we have to keep if we don't know the commandments. So it's the book of Matthew, chapter 19 and verse 16. And behold, one came and said unto him, Good master, what good thing shall I do that I may have eternal life? So one of the Sadducees and the Pharisees and the scribe had actually came to Jesus and said, Hey, what good thing must I do to inherit eternal life? And he said unto him, Why callest thou me good? So Jesus, speaking in red, said, Why do you call me good? There's none good but one, that is God. But if thou enter into life, if you want eternal life, keep the commandments. So, hey, Jesus told him, you got to keep the commandments if you want to come into eternal life. So that's why that's why we're actually going over commandments, because we know it's a lot of commandments that, we know what a lot of the dietary is, but I mean, there's a lot of other commandments. That's only like several commandments of 613. So we actually go through the commandments to let our people know what is sin, right? Because we know that sin is the breaking of God's commandments. So, hey, with that being said, hey, if anybody ain't got any more closing remarks,
yeah, kind. I'm gonna bring out the same things. Ecclesiastes chapter 12, and I'm at 13, and Revelations 14 and 12 again, because these are very important, right? Ecclesiastes chapter 12, verse 13. It says, "Let us hear the conclusion of the whole matter. Fear God and keep His commandments, for this is the whole duty of man." So that's why I want that, just the 12 and 13, and then I'm gonna go to Revelations, to the last book of the Bible again, and bring out 14 and 12. It says, "Here is the patience of the saints. Here are they that keep the commandments of God and the faith of Jesus. So you have to keep the commandments of the Most High and the faith. So faith with works goes together, right? And that's what we got to bring out. And this is why we continuously do these commandments. Um, you know, you know, I don't really say 613 because that was a number that was because we don't, all like we don't have like the men don't have to do the commandments of the women, and the women don't have to do the commandments that's given to the men. So you know what I'm saying. But with that, man, all praises to the Most High, man, and we're gonna go through this thing like the brother just said until Christ return, until we can't do this anymore. All praise, honor, and glory goes to the Most High in the name of his only begotten son, Hamashiach Yahweh Shah.
Right? And so I'm going to read two more scriptures, right? Revelations 22 and 14.
All right. I was thinking
Revelations
about that
22
too.
and 14. Right? It says, blessed are they that do his commandments, that they may have right. That don't mean you guaranteed, but you may, possibility, have right to the tree of life and may enter in through the gates into the city. Right? So that one. And then this is actually a commandment. Right? Deuteronomy chapter 6 and verse 4. Right? So this is a commandment as well. We said this 3 times. Deuteronomy chapter 6 and verse 4. Hear, O Israel, the Lord our God is one Lord. Hear, O Israel, the Lord our God is one Lord. Hear, O Israel, the Lord our God is one Lord. And we normally say the 3 Shemahs, which actually we said in the Hebrew, because according to Sirach, Ecclesiasticus, and the Apocrypha, it said things uttered in Hebrew has a different vibration than things uttered in other languages. It doesn't have the same power. So that's why we go into the Hebrew sometimes, because actually the Most High gives it a little bit more variance. But just for the sake, I know a lot of people don't know that, so we just go into
So
English.
we're gonna say all right, Khan, and it's Shema Yasha Allah Alanaya Hawa Yahweh Akkad. Shema Yasha Allah Alanaya Hawa Yahweh Akkad. Shema Yasha Allah Alanaya Hawa Yahweh Akkad. All praises.
Right, all praises. So with that being said, and we pray everybody had a blessed commandment Torah reading, and we pray that everybody have a blessed Shabbat. And we love y'all, Israel, and continue to endure and keep the commandments. Hey, shalom.
Shalom.